3. Right, seems to be working fine. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is gonna be Chicken Police Part 3. Likely the finale, since I have all afternoon ahead of me to stream. What do you want to do, kitty? Come with me? Attention, Craver. Anyway, let's get back into it.
Zip is a real opportunist. He's trying to turn everything to his advantage, but we're gonna turn the tables.
If you say so. Who did you escape from and why here, Zip?
Who did you escape from? And why here, Zip?
Why? Because I like living, that's why.
How did you know they were coming for you?
I got a tip-off from a friend that I should pack my things and go if I'd want to live. But I had nowhere to run. You know me. The hot dog's my everything.
So you thought you'd be safe
It might have been the class shot.
Of course. Ibben's people are everywhere, but, maybe it's harder to get rid of me at the PD.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that.
How did you manage to piss off Ibn Wessler? Those two meatheads called you a rat. Why? Zip is a real opportunist. He's trying to turn everything to his advantage, but we're gonna turn the tables. Maybe he was trying to get an advantage out of this, so...
How did you manage to piss off Ibn Wessler?
I don't know, alright?
I don't have time for this. Sing like a bird, or I can't guarantee
Is it just me or is he
your safety.
shaking?
I did something for him, that's all, okay? A tiny little favor. You know how it goes, Sonny. Animals like Wessler make a living out of these kinds of favors.
Tiny little favor, eh? Wessler's kind don't send assassins after someone for tiny little favors.
You have no idea what's going on in his head nowadays, pal. Fella's gone totally insane.
What did you have to do for Ibn? What did you have on you, Zip? Ibn was blackmailing you. Said it was a favor.
What did you have to do for Ibn?
I never hurt anyone, alright? Let's make that clear right now.
I never said you did.
I just had to get rid of a package for the boss. That was the job. Quick, clean, simple,
Rid of
right?
a package.
Yeah? What kind of package?
A very heavy one.
Dead bodies are kinda heavy, Zip.
How did you know it was a dead body?
I didn't. I was bluffing, but thanks for the answer.
You lousy chicken.
Zip's a secretive little specimen, but knowing his past, it's no surprise. I must take advantage of this and trap him with it.
Why did you come here as soon as Wessler... As soon Wessler blackmailed you? Yeah, well, never mind. More typos. So a dead body, huh? What kind exactly? Why you, Zip? Ibn has many loyal henchmen for these kind of jobs. Yeah, that's a fair question. Don't die on me, stream, please.
Why you, Zip? Ibn has many loyal henchmen for these kinds of jobs.
Because, it's harder to trace back to him, I guess.
He chose you out of the whole city for this particular job. Why?
He needed someone who knows the hive well.
The Hive. So, Roach Town, eh? Why?
Because I had to get rid of the package there.
You mean the body? It's starting to get interesting.
If they let you out, what do you expect will happen? You know you're accessory to murder, right?
If they let you out,
Don't think
what do you think
anything
will happen?
I don't know, okay? Maybe it was a stupid idea coming here, but this was my best stupid idea. Maybe I'll win a few days with it.
Or a few hours, more likely. If you help us, maybe we can cover this whole mess up.
You mean you can be bought, Sonny? What a time to be alive. The unbribable Santino Featherland.
I'm suspended, Zip, and I'm talking chicken to raccoon.
Oh, I see. You're a foul.
You wanted to blackmail Ibn, didn't you? How long do you think he'll be here under protection? Why did you keep that wristband?
Why did you keep that wristband?
Because it seemed important. And because...
Yeah, that's
you
what I
know
thought.
me. I'm trying to turn every situation to my
That's why I
advantage.
suspected anyway.
That's the way Zip
Suspected,
works.
sorry.
How, exactly?
Who knows? It seemed important. It just fell out of the body bag, and I thought, look, this shit seems important, so why not?
That's why they want to kill you.
I have no friggin' way of knowing that. Why don't you ask them, huh?
What I don't know is... why did the body have a bracelet with a number on it that seemed to come from the list? The list, the torn piece of list that I had before. At least it seemed to come from the same ledger anyway.
What happened to the body, Zip?
I don't know, Sonny. All I had to do was drop it in an abandoned part of the hive.
Where starvation's most prevalent, I guess. Where insects fight for their survival, right?
I couldn't have found a better way to get rid of a corpse myself. All that fresh meat must have been gone in a matter of minutes. Fuck, I don't know. I didn't stick around to see what happened.
You make me sick, Zip.
You would have done exactly the same thing in my situation. Anyone would have. I got the order, I did what I had to. I
Seems to
wanted
be
to
shaking.
survive.
That's Ibn for you. Blackmail.
Yeah, something like that.
Zip may be secretive, but if he manages to open up, he's also honest. He's not trying to change the subject anymore, so I only have one thing left to do. Ask the right questions.
What are they? Who was the stiff, Zippy? So I need to blame it all on the insects. Why would he do that? No, I don't think so. He didn't want to blame it all on the insects. I doubt it anyway. He's not trying to change the subject anymore. Ask the right questions. Did you squeal to anyone? I don't think he would have known who the stiff was. Right?
What exactly did Ibn's men want with you? Did you squeal to anyone?
Ibn's gone mad, you understand? Something happened, and the whole city's afraid. And I have a hunch it has something to do with the appearance of you guys, the chicken police.
So, he's trying to tie up the loose ends before we can unravel the case.
I'm thinking exactly that. Do you know what it means?
Let me guess.
Yeah, I'm in mortal danger because of you, Sonny.
Stop being so dramatic, Zip. Did you tell anyone?
Other than you, no one.
I'm asking you for the last time. What's the wristband?
I'm asking you for the last time. What's with the wristband?
I honestly have no idea, Sonny. It simply fell out of the bag when I threw it down in the alley. At first, I wanted to leave it there, but then, well, you know me, huh?
And that's the whole story?
That's the whole story. At first, I thought it was some kind of, code. But on a wristband, it's usually an ID number instead.
Like on prisoners?
Exactly. But I know from experience that prisoners don't get bands like this. Not in Clawville. It looks more like something from a hospital.
Maybe you're right, Zip. While we're at it, was it Dr. Bubo who gave you the tip-off to get out of the hot dog?
Yeah, it was. Why?
Thanks, Zip. You've helped us put some vital pieces into place.
Well, that's great. Hey, then help me, Sonny. I don't want to rot in here or end up in an alley of the Hive.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
You gotta help me.
Be glad I'm not charging you as an accomplice to murder here and now. Just keep your head down. Understand?
I will, Boss Bird. I will.
That's more like it.
90% only. True detective. The wristband comes from the corpse Zip had to hide in the Hive on Wessler's orders. With the corpse gone now...
So you're telling me you have no idea what this is?
It's a wristband. I see the same thing as you. This was the only thing left of the dead body. And me, you know me, they don't call me Sticky Fingers for nothing.
So you just took it?
Maybe for some blackmailing?
Who knows? Maybe it just hurt my sense of justice. I wanted to know who I buried.
You're a real bastard, Zip. A real first-grade bastard.
Should I say thanks? Thanks.
Just lay low, Zip. Real low.
Thanks for the advice, Sonny.
So where to next? Where did that wristband come from?
I got bad news, Marty. I only know one person who knows about medical stuff.
Oh no, we were
Hi, Dr.
just
Bubo.
there.
Sorry, partner. Bubo again.
Well, I've talked to everyone here now. Sweltering Nile, Sar Club, Mullins, Bubo's Place. I don't think there's gonna be anything new there, but let me check anyway. Yeah... Nah. Clawville PD, Sweltering Nile. Nothing new. Nothing new here either. Okay. Dr. Bubo.
Hello, Ursula, dear. Oh, what's the rush? Is there something wrong?
Wrong. Wrong. That dim-witted, insane, ragged old stinky owl. That's what's wrong.
Whoa. It's all right, Ursula. Just tell us what happened.
What happened? You happened. And Wessler's goons. It was supposed to be the only day of the year we could have relaxed a little.
We're sorry, Ursula. You're right.
Like I care, Marty. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the bitter old owl, and I'm tired of waiting.
And?
Never mind. I'm going. This time, I'm going for good.
Hang in there, Ursula. If there's anything we can do to help.
Anything? Of course there is, my dear. I never want to see your faces again.
Ouch.
I'm gonna try to talk to the old owl, all right?
Good luck with that.
Oh, and Ursula, thanks for all you've done for us. With the car.
You know, I'm starting to regret it.
That was...
Rough.
yeah.
But understandable. I only see Bubo once a year, and even that's way too much.
A lot of people feel the same about us.
Yeah, that's true. I was never so scared as when I was lying here and you were leaning over me, Doc.
Do you mean that time when McChicken shot you?
Yeah.
That was a night to remember.
Ah, don't even mention it. Good old days.
Say, Bubo, about Ursula.
What about her?
Well, that's just it. What if she's not coming back? I'm a little worried about you, Doc. And you know that's not my style.
Well, don't worry, boys. The wind's blowing, the sun's shining.
And Ursula always comes back.
Exactly. There are things in the universe that are unchangeable.
Touching, but you should be prepared for the worst. I thought Molly was coming back too, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I trust Ursula, Sonny. What else can I do?
Well, to be honest, that's all you can do. What do you know about this wristband, Bubo?
Zip said they gave these to patients in hospitals. That's why we came back to you.
Something similar, yes, but not exactly the same.
It looks to be made of metal here.
And?
And what?
Well, what do you think? Where's this from?
How the hoot would I know, Sonny? What am I, some kind of psychic? That I put my hands on it and tell you?
Okay, let's try another approach.
A corpse with a wristband.
Do you have any idea why Wessler's men were looking for Zip so hard?
I don't. How should I know? Why should I care?
He had to hide a body. The body of someone Wessler killed. The wristband is from the corpse.
Really?
That rang a bell, old owl.
Well, boys, if I'm right, you're in
I thought
deep
they already
shit.
were.
That's more like it.
Tell us, Bubo.
So, Wessler, the wristband, and a corpse, huh? It looks very much like I know the connection. Or at least I have
It has
a
something
hunch.
to do with the brothel,
Out
I
with it,
think.
Owlface.
Okay, don't peck me, chickens. Hobart Ibn Wessler has a relative who happens to be a resident at an insane asylum. The band is very likely from there.
Wait, a relative? What kind of relative?
Yeah. You don't know? I thought you were the detectives. Anyway, Ibn Wessler has a twin brother, Albert.
Albert Wessler.
They didn't swap
Put it
places,
together
did they?
very skillfully, Marty. Yes, Albert Wessler. He's a madman kept in solitary confinement.
Do you think he's the corpse? But why?
How the hell should I know that?
Thanks, Bubo. If what you told us is true, then this time we'll owe you one.
Will wonders never cease?
So, Albert Wessler. Which asylum do you mean, Bubo?
It's got some fancy long name. I don't remember, but I have a brochure.
He has a brochure just in case he needs
Let
to
me
send
find
someone
it for
there.
you.
Or himself.
Thanks, Bubo.
Here it is. Let there be peace forever. Mental institution for ill and damaged minds. Quite a beakful.
Where can we find it? I've never heard of it.
It's a good 6-hour drive from Clawville.
That's a
Maybe
long way to
more.
bring a corpse from.
But you'll find everything in the brochure.
Sounds inconvenient.
You're the best, Bubo. You finally proved useful.
Finally?
Can't have been the body of
Now
his
get
brother.
your chicken scratchers out of here while I'm asking nicely. Just one more thing.
What's that, Bubo?
If that someone was really Albert Wessler, the trouble's bigger than you think.
It's always bigger than we think, Bubo. We're used to it.
You don't understand. Ibn Wessler never loved and respected anyone in his life like he did his brother Albert.
So what?
Then the problem's bigger than we thought. A cornered rat bites.
Well, thanks for worrying about us, Doc. But there's no way back from here. Too far, too late.
We're like hounds, old man. Once we've caught someone's leg, we never let it go.
Ooh, not while you're alive, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, goodbye then, fellas. And I wouldn't mind if you never visited me again.
The pleasure was all ours, Doc.
So what? We're going back out? Still some missing people in there. Wait a minute. Ah, no, never mind.
Why did you keep that wristband? You're the best, Bubo. You finally proved useful.
Or should I call them? I have the number 555-966. Is there a phone in here? No phone, huh? I didn't check the piano before.
Do you know the Night Owl Blues, Bubo?
Are you trying to wind me up, McChicken?
Not for the world.
Sweltering Nile, Sar Club, Mullins Newsstand, Hotel Atlas. Oh yeah. I can call from there.
We had to gather ourselves, take a deep breath, and think over what we knew so far. What the chickens had I got myself into? What had I dragged Marty into? Moreover, what had we pulled the whole city into? This was going to be one of those cases that changed things forever. But I wasn't worried about myself. It didn't matter to me. Too many pieces had been plucked off this old rooster. But Marty's different. He's too good of a bird, and too good of a cop, to end up like me.
A secret twin brother? Sonny, I'm starting to feel like we're really in a detective novel. A cheap one.
Yeah, but, listen, Marty.
What is it, Boss Bird?
I think it's best if we go our separate ways.
What? Are you joking? I know you have a weak sense of humor, but there's a limit to everything.
I'm not joking, Marty.
Well, I certainly hope you are.
Whatever comes next, you don't need to be mixed up in it. You have someone to go home to.
God damn it, Sonny. Can you hear yourself? What do you think? I endured all this to give up now? What do you take me for? No, pal. You're not getting rid of me so easily.
I just want you to keep your career and your life intact, you moron. Just accept it, shake my hand, and go home. Your wife, Laura's waiting for you.
So it's not just a girlfriend, he's
One more
married?
word, Sonny, and I swear I'm gonna bash your beak in. I risked my life more than once tonight. You know why?
No. Why?
Because we're a team. We have been a team for almost a decade. I don't care what Blood Boil says or whatever's on a goddamn piece of paper. We're the Chicken Police, Sonny. And we always will be.
I'm sorry. You're right.
We're gonna go to that insane asylum and wrap this shit up fast and clean. Yeah, just like you said, even if it kills us.
Thanks, Marty. Without you, I'd most likely already be sleeping the big sleep.
Birds of a feather flock together, right?
Like you say, partner.
Let's drop this before you start crying on me, okay?
I hope not.
You almost just did.
Clock off, Marty.
That's the spirit. The Sonny I know and hate.
What was the number again? 555-966. Yeah, okay. No answer? The heck? So what, we have to actually go there then? That was the right number, right? Yeah. Call us from Clawville 555-966. Why did they give you the number if you don't have to use it?
Please say the floor inside is covered with conspiracy theory papers and notes written with your own blood.
More like dirty clothes and empty bottles, Marty. Sorry.
The empty bottles part, I believe.
You're no fun, Sonny.
Yeah, well, you'll get old eventually, too.
Never.
When I tried to call, I can't get back out. But should I try again? I guess it's not gonna do me any good.
What do you think, Marty?
What? You care what I think? You must have hit your head pretty bad.
Stop fooling around, Marty. I'm serious. So what do you think? About everything?
Well, I think we're in deep shit. But to be honest, Ibn Wessler is in deeper shit.
Do you think he really murdered his brother? But why? And what does it have to do with
I'm
Natasha
thinking it's not
and the
Ibn, it's
threats?
actually his brother who
doesn't
killed the
add
real
up yet.
Ibn.
Something's
Since they're
missing.
twins.
Let's visit the institution and try to find out what we can about this Albert Wessler fella.
Ah, okay, now I can move.
If he's
I
the
have to
dead
talk to him.
body, we've got to know what the motive was. If we can't, and if he's still alive, we gotta ask him directly.
And what do you think, Sonny?
I think Ibn, Albert, and Natasha are the three key players in this case, and that all of it has something to do with the brothel.
And the fact that Natasha used to be a... courtesan?
Yeah, that too.
Listen, Sonny, about Molly.
Oh, just forget it, Marty, okay? She's not part of my life anymore. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Forget it. Let's concentrate on the case, and on making it out alive, and helping Natasha, too.
Whatever you say, Boss Bird. So you think Natasha's really in danger?
It could be, or she could even be behind everything.
No, you don't believe that.
I'm not sure what I believe, Marty. Let's see. Things got mixed up at the brothel.
Well, must be this person. I'm not sure, he says. Natasha? Could be important, but not now. Yes, that's going to be right, he says. Okay. Molly's name, Natasha's secret. That's it, he says. Okay. Let's see, things got mixed up at the brothel. Natasha was a courtesan before, and Ibn tried to keep that a secret.
Natasha used to work there, that's obvious. And Ibn wanted to keep that a secret.
Mm-hmm. Wait, that's not it? Oh, one of these things? Almost, but not quite, it says. Yes, this is it. Hey, Arudu. Hi, RNG.
Who
How's
did
it going?
belong to?
A secret it seems somebody else had to pay for. Zip killed someone to keep it as a secret. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Zip dealt with the body and kept the wristband to himself. The wristband is the key and the evidence that Zip killed someone, because in Natasha's secret, Zip stole the wristband from Ibn Wessler. No, that's not it. Zip dealt with the body and kept the wristband to himself. Yeah, that's more like
He
it.
died for
Can't
that
type
secret.
too early.
Zip
Too early in
hid
the morning.
body, but he kept the wristband.
It belongs to Albert Wessler, the resident of an insane asylum.
The dead body was almost certainly Albert Wessler, a resident of an insane asylum. But why did he have to die?
So where exactly is this place?
A few hours' drive from here, in the middle of nowhere. It's a creepy old mansion, of course.
You think it's a good idea to go there? What if it's a trap?
I told you, you can still go back.
Huh, wouldn't you love that? No such luck, boss. If I get killed or locked up forever in an insane asylum, that's gonna be on you.
Thanks, pal. I deserved that.
You still trust her?
I never trusted her, Marty.
I mean, you believe her?
I'm sure she was honestly afraid. People don't fake it that easy. But I can understand why she didn't tell us about her, former profession.
Or how she knows Molly.
Yeah, that too. And the death of Deborah complicated things even more.
Hey, Sonny, she didn't seduce you, right? I mean, Natasha.
Ah, don't be stupid, Monty. My old ticker hasn't been beating for a long time. Not that way, anyway.
Yeah, all right, boss. So what do you think happened to the corpse?
Probably been eaten. Horrible to think about, but even if half of what they say about the hive is true, starvation, riots, arson, predation.
You're telling me. Makes my feathers stand on end when I think about what goes on in there. And we pretend we don't know about it. As if Roachtown isn't even part of Clawville.
This won't end well. I'm afraid soon Clawville's gonna burn once again. And because of its own foolishness.
Well, that's if another meat war doesn't break out first. 'Cause then, the whole wilderness will burn.
Lovely prospects, eh?
Either way, it was a damn clever move for Wessler to hide the body in Roachtown.
It's the only place no one will ever find it.
Like the belly of a burning ship.
Oh, I think that was an intentional red herring.
Sounds about right. Who'd have thought? I believed that little rat. I thought he'd changed. Idiot.
There's a point when it's too late to change, Marty. His past caught up with him. Whatever he did since then doesn't matter.
Not much.
Exactly. And that's the case with us, too. That's why I won't back down. Even though a voice in my head is screaming right now, leave it all to hell and have another drink.
The letter part, I believe.
Maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should.
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn's got his brother killed because
Man,
he
this
learned
part we're not
Natasha
really
worked in
sure
a
of.
brothel.
Yeah, that could be the case, but I believe the roots go deeper than that.
Which we'd only learn if we talked to him. I mean, if the corpse isn't him, because then we'd need a medium.
Which would be exciting, but maybe it's enough if we ask the doctor who treated him.
That too, yeah. But where's the fun in that?
Can I get back out? No. Or maybe now I can call.
Hello. You've called the Let There Be Peace Forever mental institution for ill and damaged minds. What can I do for you, sir? Or madam?
Well, I'd like to inquire about a patient who I believe is being treated at your institution. His name is Albert Wessler.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't give out that information if you don't have the password given to relatives. Do you have one?
Unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not a relative. I'm calling from the Clawville Police Department.
Oh, I see. In that case, officer, I'd advise you to visit our institution personally. Our director and I would be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, miss. I guess I'll do that.
We'll welcome you with open arms, sir. Have yourself a beautiful starry
Wow.
night.
Oh, thanks. Goodbye.
See you soon.
That was awfully friendly.
So,
We have to go there.
the thought gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps aren't good enough for you?
Ha ha ha.
How do we leave? It's not letting me pick another destination.
So, I get the couch?
It'd be better if I called Lewis.
Ah.
He'll open up a room for you to sleep in.
Whew, great
I
idea.
think my cat wants to get out. I'll be right back. Just a few seconds. Right. Having to deal with animals. His number, Lewis. What was the number again? 555932.
Hey, Lewis, it's me again.
Oh, hello, Sonny. What's up?
Were you sleeping, pal?
Me? Oh, I wasn't. Anyway, I'm always at your service.
Would you open up a room for Marty?
Naturally, Sonny.
Thanks, Lewis. I'm not even gonna say it.
I will. You won't do it. Again.
Yeah.
So yeah, because if they leave in the morning, I guess, and it takes 6 hours to get there, it's gonna be nighttime again by the time they get there, because this whole game takes place at night. Like, they're afraid of showing it the city at daytime or something.
Sorry for the...
Don't worry about it, Sonny.
Sorry for the mess, Marty. I, rarely have visitors.
Don't worry about it, Sonny. I didn't expect anything else.
Thanks.
Oh. Okay, never mind, we can leave. Chapter 4? Wait. 4? Where did 3 go?
I slept like I used to sleep years ago. Like a miner or a soldier.
I swear I didn't see a title for a chapter
Get
3.
tired. Then I saw Tessa, my darling little daughter. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away. Then I saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. I'm here, I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. Who's there? Suddenly, she appeared. Natasha. Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold. Then she said something. Painted red. Painted red. Painted red. That was just a dream, Sonny. Nothing more. I looked at Marty and I saw the same thing in his eyes.
Hello,
I
Seda.
probably saw in mine. It's time to hit the brakes, to turn back, go home, and forget about all of this. Of course, I stepped on the gas instead. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything good, but this...
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so.
This guy seems strangely familiar to
Albert
me.
Wrestler?
You don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis himself?
I'm sure of it,
Oh.
pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, no. The poor devil.
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe restoring its balance.
That was very, poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
Cluck you.
Yeah, cluck you. Miranda? Oh, a giraffe. That's a tall woman.
Oh, the great
Her head
battle
is outside
lines.
the screen.
Greetings, miss.
Is it really you?
Well, yes.
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
I'm afraid so.
Oh, of all that's
What did I
furry
just
and
say? I said
plumey,
her
that's
head is off screen.
fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Because she's a giraffe.
Miss, we'd like to ask...
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really, really, really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
Indeed.
You were a little?
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
Well, that's what the guy
Oh, God,
said in
oh,
the
God,
game.
oh, God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes, I am. I just needed some air.
They say it all the time.
So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do
Or
for you?
go collect
Well, miss,
yourself, or
we have
that
some
sort of thing.
questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Insane asylum.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat
Great Meat War.
And during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
The place seems pretty empty. Do many people work
Quetzal,
here?
a snake.
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal...
You could ask
is
about
he
the
director
wristband.
here?
About the number on it.
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
Dr. Cesus Quetzalcoatl.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho... what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet,
I
other
feel like I've
important
seen his
persons?
name elsewhere in the
I'm
game.
not sure I know what you mean.
In a different
Like,
context.
Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so. Now, what can you say about this, miss? Have you, seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Can you tell us who it belonged
see.
to?
The wristband does belong to one of our residents. But I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the chicken police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert
What,
Wessler.
you could just tell from the
patient's
number?
name
Well, I
is
guess you only have
Albert
32
Thaddeus
residents,
Wessler.
but still.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush.
Not that we could tell.
Don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
Well, we already suspect that he is dead, but all the same.
Huh.
No, never
doesn't-
mind.
We should go to reception first.
What do we do?
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're
And you only
really,
mention it
really
now?
worried.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great Wild Ones protect him.
Where is he?
No idea,
Behind
Marty.
his desk.
The
Behind his
smell,
desk.
of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a
Oh, that's
disgusting
racist.
body odor, Marty, but they feel exactly the same
You shouldn't
about
say
us.
that.
Exactly.
Ah!
Great Wild Ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell, and birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Hey, comrade. How are you today?
Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others.
Feeling good?
And I'm just an animal, too, like all our residents.
With the significant difference of you being a doctor and not a patient. Am I right?
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think.
Yep, it's a noir game. Yep, exactly.
Your office is rather Puritan.
Spartian is
Simple,
the
I mean.
main.
Ain't that the truth?
Well,
Isn't it
yes.
Spartan? Spartia?
I can't
I
let
know how
my
you say it
mind wander
in English.
from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
I see. That makes sense. An isle of reason in a sea of
Now I know where your face is
insanity.
white and black. Yeah.
Insanity is such a
Trying to have a
strong
theme
word,
going.
and it's mostly an abstract idea. Where does insanity start, and how long is one not insane? Interesting questions. Am I normal, or are you? Maybe neither of us.
You see, that's something I think about a lot nowadays.
If you like, I can give you an appointment.
Yeah, and lock me up.
Oh, this is your chance, Sonny. Don't miss it. We're already here.
Marty,
Yep.
cluck up.
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
Expecting it.
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Seth. He was
Yours.
Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
the Predatory Division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes.
Hey, Quinix.
Why should I
How
deny
are you
it?
today?
We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert regrettably has disappeared, and
Just
you
about
are
normal
police
outside here right now.
detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service. But you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death.
Everything
Ah, yeah,
is
true,
a
it must
matter
be
of life and death
late at
in
night for
here,
you. Well,
detective. This is a hospital. Even
no,
if
no,
it's
yeah, it is
primarily
late.
for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
New function, ask. I can start asking questions.
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time, his first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
By the grace of the treasury.
Yeah, I
of
agree.
King Hector III, of course.
It is pretty good.
I
Yeah, have a
wouldn't
good
have
night,
guessed that.
comrade. Thanks
My
for dropping by
family
when you
and
could.
The royal dynasty
Yep, see you later.
had always been on good
Sweet
terms,
dreams.
Mr. Santino.
What kind of a place is this exactly?
Yeah, the voice
I assume
acting
it
is good and
wasn't
the
built as
writing
an
is good
insane
too.
asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Cloville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
Well, it's I guess the main theme of animals and stuff is, yeah, I guess it is meant as a joke, but the story itself is actually kind of dark and deep as well. I was gonna say the writing is good if you don't pay too much attention to some of the typos or grammar mistakes in the subtitles, but since they hired, I assume, native speakers to do the voice acting, the voice actors themselves don't make the mistakes that are in the subtitle. I think it might be part of those things that they know are problems with the game. I know there are known issues with the game, but I have not looked at the document they sent me about the things that they plan on fixing with the first patch to the game. I hope the writing is part of it, because it can be a bit distracting. I tend to not pay too much attention to it. I just listen to what they say, but...
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance.
Madame Zavas, do you know her? Oh, I can interrogate him.
Do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A spare cell would suit her very much.
Is that so?
They'd be
As it
between
turns
reptiles.
out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery. But I can turn that to my advantage. I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle.
So when did Albert become a resident of your institute? Let's see, what does it say? Focus? Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery, but I can turn that to my advantage. I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle. So I have to pick whatever is the most mysterious out of all the question options, I guess.
So when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve, maybe the first week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going
A typical
out
day at the
for
asylum,
short
in other
periods
words.
of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible gray ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution.
Can't imagine why he would want that.
voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did, but who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
Special how? I mean, anything about this place looks pretty special to me. So if, from your point of view, it was special, it must have been pretty special indeed.
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Wessler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Initially, no. He was more of a guest.
Maybe there
than a
was
patient.
nothing wrong with him. Did you really think he was crazy then? How did Albert relate to you? Do you think he was a threat to others? I don't think he was. He kind of already told us that. How did you see Albert when you first met?
How did you see Albert when you first met?
Albert was shy and reserved, like
Yeah,
a
you already
ghost.
said that.
He almost never touched anything. It was evident he was exceptionally intelligent. He measured and observed everything around him.
What else?
He was delicate and graceful, almost like a woman.
Maybe he was.
Yes. He was rather feminine. He was an artist, Mr. Featherland, a magnificent painter, and rather good writer, too. Sometimes I even heard him sing.
Why did he have to be locked up?
I asked the same thing at first.
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other
Oh, he had
reason
seizures?
for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time, when he failed to come back.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Okay, so that means sort of that now I can go straight for the things that I am most interested in. A lot of these questions seem to be just about the same.
So Albert could just walk in and out.
It's just the way you ask
From
it.
Mr. Featherland, though Mr. Hobart Wessler had appeared on many occasions and took Albert
You couldn't really
with
say
him
no to a
at
gangsters.
those times, he usually brought him back the same day or the next. at the
What did he
latest.
do with his brother
What
outside?
was
Yeah.
the purpose of these outings?
Albert Wessler was working on a
Oh.
painting, Mr. Featherland.
Oh, yes, the painting. It's all
The piece of
starting
the
to come
painting in the
together
safe.
now.
So, you've heard about
I
the
see a
painting.
little piece
Sure
of
I
it.
have.
Did Albert tell you about his relationship with his brother? Did Albert tell you how he felt about the painting? Has Albert ever talked to you about Natasha?
Did Albert tell you about his relationship with his brother?
Rarely. He respected and loved his brother, but when he came to talk, he was usually angry.
Oh, why?
Oh, fear, jealousy, frustration, rivalry, maybe all of these combined.
So Albert had left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
So Albert
There's
left
only one
on
choice
many
here.
occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous.
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Exactly. He was obsessed. Right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last
Was it the painting of Natasha,
time.
maybe?
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his
The ram and the
gorillas.
bobcat?
Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use
Huh?
turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out, or cut off, I don't know exactly, and he was blinded in one eye, or rather, one of his eyes was
Did he
missing
threaten to reveal Natasha's
entirely.
So you're
past
saying
profession?
Albert was brought back horribly mutilated.
Yes. and they didn't give any explanation as to what had happened. They simply told me it was some kind of accident.
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert. Focus, confused.
You didn't believe Albert had an accident, right? The two fellas who brought Albert back, could you describe them? I think I have a pretty good idea who it is. Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Mr. Featherland, but even I could determine his tongue was either cut out or bitten off, and his eye was gouged out. He also had several broken bones.
But there's no doubt it wasn't an accident.
I don't believe it was, Mr. Featherland.
I totally agree.
Did he try to pose as his brother? And tried to kiss Natasha maybe or something and she bit his tongue off? I don't know. Put yourself together, Doctor. What was Albert's condition after the incident? Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert?
Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened
Or maybe
to Albert?
his tongue was cut off so he
I'm
wouldn't
sure
talk.
It was Hobart. He ordered his men to mutilate poor Albert.
But why would
To prevent
he
him
do
from
that?
talking, I think.
Maybe Albert saw something he could accidentally reveal.
To whom? The four walls? A couple of crazies? You?
To anyone, Mr. Featherland.
I don't think it's that simple, Doctor. But thank you for your honest opinion.
You're welcome, Detective.
What happened then? How did Albert disappear? Did somebody come to take him?
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
A few weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more safe one.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I suspect that maybe after the threatening messages on the walls of their house, Hobart might have thought that it was his brother who was just going out of the hospital to write this on their wall, and had him killed just to make sure that he wouldn't reveal Natasha's secret to anyone.
How did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared. His door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
With
Oh,
nobody,
but
it's
I'm
impossible to
glad I
confirm,
could be
though.
of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
Oh, focus accuracy, 100%. Living legend. Exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. Beware, Clawville, Sonny Featherland, and the Chicken Police are back in action. Well, well, I have asked everything, right?
That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret.
Ah, you do?
If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand,
That's a lot.
we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the
I can't
accident
make
happened.
anything special. My channel is not
We
big
didn't
enough for me
believe
to
it,
make
not
anything
for a
special.
second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his room. Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, that's, surprising.
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
What the dickens? For a handful of waffles. A chicken police story. Creepy mural. Writing desk. Yeah, it was a relatively cozy room he had. Nice carpet and everything.
A small window. A small hope.
I mean, for an asylum. Photo of the Westlers with Natasha in the middle. Albert's letter. Pile of papers.
Scribbles. Newspaper articles. Study papers. Poems. Perfect chaos.
Yeah, it
Just
could.
like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
Look at that. A letter. Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
Just use your imagination.
I don't want to
old
know.
bird.
Keep your fantasies to yourself. L.A. Noire style. There's a lot of stuff that reminds of L.A. Noire in this. Crud. Wait, come back.
Identical twins.
Nah, but it's the same description as before. Can I have a look at the letter? I know I don't exist. I don't exist because you don't see me, but I'm not what you think I am. You don't think about me, do you? Never. No. I think of you every day, every minute, always. In my dreams, I have become one with him, one soul. You know who I am thinking about, right? Can you feel it? Can you feel that I'm here too? That I'm there too? With you? Do you feel it, right? I can't hold it in myself for long. Forgive me, please. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. The world is crashing down. The whole world just rotting and rotting. Everything is rotting around me. I have to get out of here to become one with my destiny and one with you. Forgive me.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that. What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
Ugh, you're killing me. So, what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
Can I go anywhere else? No. It's the only destination.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Oh, no, I'm...
Take them out. My car won't
I have to
last
take
much
them out.
longer.
No!
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
Two, three. No, okay, never mind. The last time he shoots, it's a bit longer than the others.
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
Almost there. Come on.
Whew. Well, that was close.
A little too close for my taste. And it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Done for
Come on,
how?
what did you work out?
Just because
Will
we
you tell me
know-
already?
Sure. Let's
His
put the
lady
picture
used to
together,
work in a
piece
brothel?
by
Who
piece.
cares?
Let's start from the beginning. So, we got a case.
Ibn. Natasha's secret? Wessler's twin? Not sure. No. Oh, the letter? No, I know the picture, perhaps. Could be important, but not now, it says. Okay, never mind. The painting is of Natasha. Let's start from the beginning. So we got a case. Natasha tried to keep that painting a secret from us. She wanted us to find the painting for her. Natasha needed to destroy the painting to hide what happened to Albert Wessler. She tried to show us the painting.
Natasha tried to show us the painting. And that painting would have shown us the way.
To the secret hideout of Albert Wessler we still need to find. Hi, Jeff. How's your weekend going? So Ibn and Albert Wrestler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion. Yeah.
To Ibn and Albert Wessler.
A little, yeah,
Albert
but it's not
painted
super
Natasha,
complicated.
So he met her on more than one occasion.
Almost, but not quite. Fatal love.
Which made Albert...
Woke up late because I'm a naughty boy and doing well so far. How about yourself? Feeling good? So far. Me too, so far. Which made Albert escape from the asylum to live as a madman in the dark forest that surrounds the place. Oh yeah, it's true. There was the matter of the body found in the woods. No? Ah, no. Never mind. That's not it. Fall in love with Natasha and escape from the asylum to a secret hideout we need to find. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart. Kill his brother, take his place, and force Natasha to create a case with the threats. No, that can't be. It's B or C. C.
Fell in love with Natasha. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's
So my first
heart.
hunch was right. Ibn is already dead, and Albert is the one who's alive.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks,
A case
Marty.
of twins.
The whole
One
case
taking the
seems
place of
too
the other.
intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What?
The animals that came out
No,
of nowhere,
I-
they were always
I
animals.
snorted.
It's
No,
the whole
you
theme of the
laughed.
game.
Ah, just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Okay, okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he
Oh,
wanted to.
yeah.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by
And what,
jealousy?
didn't she notice
Something
that it
like
was
that,
not her
Marty.
lover?
But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't have a chance later.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up.
Oh, hello, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis. You weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team. What is it?
You, Lewis, you don't stutter
Yeah.
anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh. I must be exhausted. It happens.
You were not faking it
sometimes.
the whole time.
And it's back.
So, thanks again, Lewis. You always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the chicken police.
Maybe the last one, too.
Hey, Sonny. Don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Yeah, he's a bunny. He's cute.
Nothing.
Do you remember that case with the goat?
Which one?
When that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother, and in revenge, she cut open
Isn't
his
that
stomach and filled it with rocks.
Do I remember? I'll never forget it.
Yeah, that's
Hell,
that's
was
a tale that you
slaughterhouse.
tell kids,
As far
isn't
as
it?
I know, she even took the remains of the kids with her. But how did that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf in here.
This? This one exactly? Good gods.
Yeah, before it was closed down, when there was still some life here. Not even that now. Just the void.
Yeah. Spooky place, that's for sure.
Still, I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy. Did you forget anything, Sonny?
No, I just thought I'd take a look. Might be the last time I see it.
You becoming sentimental?
Who knows? Maybe I am.
I'm still playing Earthseeker on the
that's
Wii off
cute.
stream. Mostly farming for stuff, trying to get a
Should I
true
say it?
ending to the game that I
know,
may
Sonny.
be able
I
to
can
stream at
still
some
get
point.
out
But you won't.
on the beach.
I got an ending,
Thanks, pal.
but not
Forget
the
about it.
ending, I
I'd
think.
be bored to death otherwise.
But it's mostly farming for stuff at the moment, so it's not really interesting to stream what I'm doing in the game right now. I'm not really playing anything else right now.
119 days left, Marty, and I'm out of here. As soon as I get my discharge papers, I'm leaving for the wilderness on the first flight.
You know, I envy you a little.
It's not going to be the real thing.
Oh yeah, I
Not on
finished
my
that
own.
100% a while ago,
Why don't you take Natasha with you?
including the,
What are you even
well, I
talking
don't
about?
want to say DLC,
Come
but
on,
the
Sonny. Cut the act.
extra scenario that they added to the definitive edition.
The blue side.
Oh, yeah,
of
I
the
loved it.
moon.
So, you know him after all.
Of course I know him. It's MB Davis, the greatest musician ever. But sometimes it's just fun to tease you, boss.
I'd like to know how many times you did that to me.
You see, I can still surprise you even after 10 years.
You know it's just 9, don't you?
Of course, I know.
Oh, cheap whiskey. What's that about, the cheap whiskey?
I've had enough stimulation
Ah,
for
okay.
today.
Buddy, you really need a secretary.
I thought about it too, Marty, but I'm still searching for a lunatic who'd take the job.
I'm sure Lewis would do it. I'd love to see him in a fancy little skirt.
Moron. But at least you finally managed to remember his name.
Really? Shit. I was trying to say it wrong.
Okay, Hop Dog, Mullins Newsstand, Boobo's Place, Weekend House. Oh, I can't go back to the precinct.
You know, Sonny, few places are as cozy as the Hop Dog at dawn.
You have a point.
The silence, the fog, the sunshine slowly devouring the sleeping city.
The smell.
Yeah, the Cobbler District has its own distinctive aroma, that's for sure. But wait, do you smell that?
Ah, it seems Zip is ready with the first batch of coffee.
That's waiting. Oh,
Ah, crap. Oh, the fly guy is gone.
well, he's out. He's brave indeed, or an idiot.
They're often the same, Marty, and you should know. Hello, Zip. I see they kicked you out.
You know, Sonny. They told me I could stay in there for 48 hours if I wanted.
Well, maybe you should have done that.
Shit, I had enough. Fuck it. You understand? When you interrogated me, you opened my eyes. I don't give a shit about him, about Wessler and his henchmen. Let them come if they want. It's not gonna be easy for them. You can be sure of that.
That's the Zip we know and love.
Thanks, Marty. So, why are you here?
One last coffee before the end.
Are you going to get him?
We don't have a choice, Zip. We're grabbing the rat by the tail. No screwing around. No playing it nice.
Ah, I see Ibben's really got to you.
Just Sonny. I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there's not really anything else I can do here, I guess.
Let's say hi to the
I
old
just did.
trash panda.
You mean a last goodbye, right?
It's optional, but you only get that one opportunity to get to this place, so... These places, I should say. That's one Ursa Major. Ha 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 ha.
No hard feelings?
What can I say, boys? I have a big, soft heart.
You sure do, Ursula.
Would you like a nice hot cup of tea?
No thanks, we just came to say goodbye.
Why? You going somewhere? Traveling?
No, we're just visiting a nice place in the city.
Sonny's gonna die.
Shut up, Marty.
So it's a case. Well, be careful, boys. And I'm sorry I snapped at you the last time.
You don't need to say that, Ursula. We deserved it.
You're a good boy, Sonny. And Marty's a downright saint.
Oh, come on, Ursula. Stop that.
Hey, Boobo.
Yeah, it's daytime. He's sleeping.
Hello, old man.
Is he asleep?
But his eyes are open.
Hey, what is it? I wasn't sleeping.
You were something.
What the hell are you doing here, chickens?
Sonny wanted to say hi before he suffers an unpleasant death of lead poisoning later tonight.
Would you shut the clock up, Marty? You're not funny.
I am a little bit.
You're going to Wessler's, huh?
Bingo. We're gonna put an end to this madness.
Ooh. Or you're stirring up an even bigger madness, am I right?
Well, that's always a possibility.
Get yourself killed for all I care, but don't come here covered in blood, because I'm not gonna open the door for you, I swear.
Oh, thanks for the support, old fart.
Don't mention it, you old gizzard.
The newsstand.
Well, if we have anything else to ask the old beaver, this is the last chance.
Hey, don't steal my style.
Just learning from the best.
Let me give you some advice. Don't.
I swear I thought he was an otter. Looking at him before.
Does the name Albert mean anything to you?
I know multiple Alberts, Sonny. Which one do you mean?
Albert Wessler.
I see you're in a funny mood, Sonny boy.
I'm not joking, Mullen, but I'm surprised there's something I know and you don't.
And who is this Albert, anyway? Ibn Wessler's hidden son, maybe?
Even better, my friend. His secret twin brother.
Oh, you've walked into trouble there.
I was hoping
Hades
you could
for
tell
the
me
Switch?
something
No, I
useful
don't.
about him.
I
can't,
heard of
Sonny
it, I
boy.
think, in
Avoid
passing,
him. Avoid
but
the whole Wessler
no, I
family.
don't have it.
Those who happen upon secrets that deep sink without a trace.
Well, I used to be a professional swimmer. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't.
I lied. What do you know about that asylum? What's it called?
Since there's only one of those
Oh, you
around
wanna play it?
Tauville, I know which one you mean, Sonny.
I don't
It's
know
an ancient
if it's
mansion,
good or not.
Easily around 100 years old for sure. Or more. But what do you want to know about it anyway?
We actually just got out of there.
That explains everything.
Seriously, what do you know about it?
The place is self-sufficient in theory, but in reality, the Crown maintains it. No one knows the exact reason why.
Not
but
exactly
according
short
to
games to
gossip,
finish
they
either.
used to keep someone in there, Someone who was either part of the royal family or just very close to the fire. But who knows? Maybe it's just a legend.
Yeah,
Well, they
they are
say
all
we're
long
legends
games, especially
too,
the
and
latter.
We're standing right in front of you. Am I right?
What can I say then? This whole city is full of legends.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
This Albert, he had to paint a picture of Natasha at his brother's request.
Let me guess. He fell in love with her.
Yeah, classic, huh? Then he killed his brother and
You
took
sure
his
you should be
place.
telling him all that?
Yeah, well, that's a classic too. So, you're telling me who goes by Ibn Wessler is not really Ibn Wessler?
It's always like that.
Exactly. He's Albert, a
hyped
dangerous
for 80s.
lunatic with multiple personality disorder.
Ha ha, lads! I guess that Miss Marble's going to write another one of those
Miss
novels
Marble?
about this.
You mean Meredith? Oh, that's just what we need.
Once you sold your soul, it's too late to cry about it, sonny boy.
That's what I keep telling him.
Dr. Sessuus Quetzalcoatl.
Do you know Dr. Quetzal?
Do you mean Professor Quetzalcoatlus? Yeah, now you laugh at this, but we went to university together.
You did what?
Do I not look the type to you?
No, well, I didn't mean that. I just didn't know you went to university.
I studied psychology, sonny, only I forgot to graduate. That's when my father died.
So that's why you know the animals so well.
No, I know them well because I have a newspaper stand and I talk to hundreds of animals each day. And I listen to the everyday problems of almost all of them. There's no better lesson in animal studies.
You surprise me every time, old beaver. And what do you know about him? Can he be trusted?
You're afraid he screwed you? He looks like a terribly dishonest snake, but don't let your prejudices overshadow what your wattle tells you. Quetzal's one of the kindest-hearted and most honest animals I've ever known.
That's good to know, Uncle Mullen. Or rather, Professor Mullen.
Hey, 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 don't get cocky with me, little chickie.
What do you know about the Westler
Yeah, because we still don't
mansion,
need to
Uncle
figure out
Mullen?
where it is, isn't it?
That if you're about to go there, bring a tank with you. Or two.
Dangerous, you mean?
Dangerous?
There's a Fire Emblem game I can't get my
That's a
hands on,
fortress
Fire
of
Emblem
this,
10, so now my
giant
question
walls,
is if it's better to emulate it on
watchtowers,
PC,
and of
Wii
course,
U, or
Wesley's
Wii.
hired thugs are waiting for you there.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's a beautiful
That's a
place, I must admit.
new mystery of
At
the
least you'll
emblem.
kick the bucket with mouths hanging open in wonder.
Shinmonsho no Nazo.
something.
This one.
Good attitude, my lad. Keep it.
Personally, I played it on the real hardware because I have a linker for my 3DS. Ah, Radiant Dawn? Ah, yeah, the one on Wii. Yeah, no, my bad. I don't know, I think it shouldn't be too complicated to emulate, so it might be more convenient for me for you to play it on PC. And I mean, it's just a game where you just use the D-pad and the buttons on the controller. There's no fancy motion controls or anything like that, so... Anyway is good, really, I think. There's no bad way to experience it, I suppose. Might look a bit sharper, emulated, on PC.
So...
No, that's
we're
Fire Emblem
looking for
11 I
more
have in mind.
evidence?
That I had in
No,
mind.
I was just thinking we could take another look. You know, just in case.
Okay, sure. But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it.
Well, 12 then. I lost count. There's too many of them. And technically, Shadow Dragon is the first one, and New Mystery of the Emblem is like the second part of Fire Emblem 3. And Shadow Dragon is also the first half of Fire Emblem 3, so, still
you don't
kind
wanna
of
go in
technical.
there just like that. It's a closed crime scene.
I
I
reviewed
hope you're
Mystery
just
of the
messing
Emblem
with me, Marty.
because I
Of
own
course
the
I'm
game.
messing with you. Let's get inside there and see how much the boys
Played
have
the
messed
fan
up
translation.
the place. You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl...
Deborah.
Yeah, her body. I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated or even shot.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
But then everything changed on the ship.
On the ship? Why there?
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
Nothing left to do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
I
Should
swear.
I ask the rabbit where
All
the house is?
Let's hit the road.
I mean, he knows everything, right?
You know, pulling the trigger was the toughest decision of my life.
You mean when you shot me?
Yeah.
But it wasn't hard, because you thought you'd kill me.
Not at all, Sonny. I knew you'd survive. I wanted it to be a permanent injury and hurt like clucking hell. But I knew that everything would change from then on.
That something was gonna break between us?
Yeah. And that I was never gonna be the same either. With that shot, I also gunned down who I was, you know?
It really did hurt like hell.
I know.
I almost bled to death.
Almost was the goal.
And? Did you manage to forgive me since then?
Well, what hurt me wasn't what you did. I mean, of course it did, but what hurt the most was you not trusting me. That you didn't believe me.
Not until you pulled the trigger. At that moment, I knew you were right. Ah, cluck.
Yeah, cluck. All right, enough sentimental crap. We have an insane rat waiting to be put behind bars, and a woman you gotta get.
What?
Come on, Sonny. Even a blind bat can see it.
Oh, well. Cluck again.
Yep.
Achievement unlocked. I still can't leave to go to my intended destination, or maybe I should ask Lewis?
So, you're going now to confront Mr. Whistler?
We have no other choice, Lewis. We're gonna see it through to the end. We've already come this far.
You're brave, gentlemen. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, the rabbit's onto something.
This isn't about money. Not about courage or pride either. It's simply...
stubbornness?
Mostly, yeah.
I see we're ready.
You'll need a shotgun for this kind of deal, Marty. Maybe even that won't be enough.
Nothing to fear while Bertha's here. Even less because you're here too with Mr. Sinclair, of course.
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change. If our theory's correct, this photo will hurt more than a bullet.
That's the plan.
Do you think that'll be enough?
Enough evidence. Not in the slightest. That's why we go unannounced.
And with big guns.
Exactly.
I like this new Sonny.
There is no new Sonny. Just the old ones had enough.
You think you'll need your fake badge?
I never needed a badge, Marty.
What a punchline.
It's more like a kind of good luck charm. It reminds me of
Yeah, I
who
like
should
that he
be.
said that he got it in a pack of
And?
cornflakes.
Does it work?
The fake
No,
badge.
Marty, not really.
Because Kellogg's cornflakes, the chicken logo, and everything. And I like the idea that a civilized chicken eats cornflakes.
I'd rather keep it for a really special occasion.
You're saying I'm not special enough?
I was joking. If we survive this, we'll drink it to the last drop.
Now you're talking. It's a little outdated, but I understand why you're so attached to it.
It can pierce the skin of a rhino, Marty, and the rust brings back memories. I'm a man of bad habits.
You know, sometimes I feel like I'm one of your bad habits.
Rest assured, Marty, you are.
Ah, Her Majesty Bertha the
What happened to the
Second.
first?
My drumstick still hurts.
My
every
drumstick
time I
still
see her.
hurts every time I see her.
Be glad you're alive. Bertha rarely leaves witnesses. This fog's almost impenetrable.
Strange, but somehow this time I feel it's a good omen.
Really? How come?
I don't know. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel without the light.
Oh, you're not getting ready to die, are you, old man? If we're going on a suicide mission, I think I should know.
Why, haven't I told you yet?
You're not funny.
Damn, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do at this point? This is where the gun was at first.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Very funny.
Funny because it's true.
You didn't have the chance to tell me what happened to your brother.
He left Clawville, and I haven't talked to him since.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I received an unexpected letter 2 weeks ago from the Sura province. Someone dropped it off at my door.
Was it him?
He wrote the letter, that's for sure. I could smell the jungle when I opened it. But whether he was the one who delivered it, I don't know.
Have you tried to find him?
He'll find me if he wants to, Sonny. I know he's not guilty, and that's enough.
But he's still wanted in Clawville, right?
Yeah,
Well, I'm sorry for playing a part in all of this.
I know, Sonny. The past is the past.
You know, you've truly changed, Marty. You tried to hide it, but you've changed.
Thanks, boss.
Just, don't call me boss, okay? We're partners.
There were more things to talk about.
I just realized. Ibn at the Tsar Club.
Yes, Marty. Albert's been Ibn for a long time now. Do you remember what Natasha
Actually,
said
no,
about
remind
him?
me.
That he's been acting strange recently?
Exactly. Like, he's not himself anymore.
And was almost hitting us in the face, huh?
Don't blame yourself, Marty. We couldn't have figured that out just by ourselves. The whole story's too twisted for that.
Well, it's how we make our living, Sonny. And I'm sure we'll have plenty more twisted cases to come.
Who knows, Marty? It's not up to us. It's mostly not up to us, in fact.
Yeah, right. Do you think the asylum was in on it? I mean, covering up Albert's disappearance?
You know that reptiles give me the creeps. One of them even set fire to that ship. But oddly enough, the doctor seemed honest to me.
He seemed like a patient to me. Seriously, I thought everyone was crazy in that place.
Yeah. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he doesn't become a monster.
Are you still talking about the doctor?
Good question.
So, what's the plan? We shove the letter and our theory in his face and see what happens?
Something like that, Marty.
Or maybe there's going to be another plot twist.
Will be enough for the truth to come out.
I really hope you're right, Boss Bird.
We have no other choice. So I hope so, too.
Do you think it's a love triangle? I mean, could Natasha love Albert as well?
Good question, Marty. But I don't think so. When I first spoke to Natasha, she told me she loved Ibn in her own way.
In her own way, huh? And could she love 2 rats in her own way?
Maybe. Maybe she even suspected the truth, but didn't dare admit it, even to herself.
So, what do you think, now that it's clearer?
I don't know, Marty, but I believe Natasha didn't mean to be bad. Not intentionally, at least.
I'm not as sure if that as you are, boss. But we'll find that out pretty soon, I guess.
I think Natasha was very much aware that wherever she goes, disaster follows her. But it's not her fault, and she can't do anything about it. There are people like that.
Really? You don't say. Someone remarkably similar came to mind right now.
You mean me, right?
Who can even read minds?
Maybe you're right, Marty. Maybe you're right.
Okay.
Look, Sonny, I think if we go now, there's no turning back. Not today, at least.
I think I've done everything I could.
Are you ready?
I'm still thinking about it, Marty.
Okay, so when you feel we can leave, just point to the place on the map, and we'll be off.
Sounds like
Thanks,
a point of no
partner.
return.
I'll do that.
There are still people I have not added to the list, it seems. Albert, there's one person missing. I'm not sure who it is. Gallery entries unlocked. Personal information's found. Scenes visited, 27 out of 32. Questioning points. Now, I guess there's room for trying to get everything, like 100% in the game, which I guess is cool. Alright, then, there's no more... I can't go back to the Clawville PD, so I guess it's time to get to the Wessler residence.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
I still wonder who Olivia is. That Raven's secretary to Wessler?
Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but...
That's too much color. Turn that off.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty. And half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us. And
Maybe at the
Natasha,
end it
too,
turns back to
I
color.
hope.
You hope?
If
Lovely prospects, huh?
Hold on, because I skipped...
half the city is in his hands.
I think we'll catch a big
skipped a
fish
line.
today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us. And Natasha, too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
I'd like to check something about Olivia. When did she become his secretary? She's currently Ibn Wessler's assistant and escort. Finding out whether there's anything other than the working relationship between Miss Crow and Mr. Rat could prove valuable. Unusually tall and slim for a crow, she is quiet and mysterious. Oh yeah, well I said Raven. Yeah, she's a crow.
Huh, one of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
A white
I
knight.
wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so good.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans.
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it. Just endless suffering and misery.
And a lot of money, of course.
That too.
The tower, entrance, mansion.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
Is this a mansion? Or a grand palace?
Or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
Hey, not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know. Not as long as I'm
Yeah, I
here,
figured,
boys.
but I had to try.
We'll see about that, furball.
Gabriel. I can't talk to the ram? Oh.
Look who's here.
What a surprise. Our biggest fans.
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel? Get the hell out of our sights while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal.
Who'd you
We're
call
not
a chicken?
even here anymore. Until next
Oh.
time, boys.
Yeah.
Do you sense that, Sonny?
I do sense something. A case of hyper-stupidity.
And utter incompetence.
You're right.
Don't shit with me, you foul. It won't work well for you. I'm afraid my partner speaks the truth, gentlemen.
Such tall and handsome creatures, aren't they, partner?
Sure are, partner.
What do we do? I tried talking to them.
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're lucky.
Do you sense
Nah, it's
that?
the same lines of dialogue. Oh, they let us
This
in?
must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in. Like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Olivia.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia here.
Oh? It doesn't play the line? What's happening? She's real close to Wester, but how much does she know?
Much more than me, I guess.
Oh,
That
it
wouldn't
didn't
be
play.
hard.
Wait.
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see...
Oh, okay,
She's
never
real
mind. Now it
close to
plays it.
Wessler. But how
That
much
was a
does
bit
she
weird.
know?
Much more than me, I guess.
That wouldn't be hard.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin!
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
Well,
What do they not understand, Olivia? So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss, Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
I wonder if maybe she's some kind of, I don't know, federal agent or something? Undercover? Maybe? I don't know. The crow raven looks weird.
You know, I had a dream before we came here. I saw Natasha with a bloody mouth and red claws.
And? What does that tell you?
I don't know, Marty. I admit it. I haven't been this on edge for a long time.
I'm just angry. Truth is, I'm not entirely sure why.
Your sense of justice kicking in?
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods!
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah.
Cold, stiff Deborah.
Please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
You didn't help.
I don't know,
that's for
Natasha.
sure.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
So tasteless.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm
Actually,
sure our
I'd like it
conversation
if she
will
could
bore you
come
to
with
death. please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me.
Because she might
gents.
be interested
Lead
in
on,
what we have to
Wesley.
say.
So long,
Yeah, it's a rat.
sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Where do we go? Where do we go? Ah, upstairs. Should I talk to them maybe one last time?
I tried to warn you.
Thanks, Olivia.
I can't talk to her anymore.
There she is, the femme fatale.
Yeah, our fate's in her hands.
And what lovely hands they are.
Pause.
With sharp claws, Marty.
The painting in question.
This painting.
Is it missing a piece?
It's beautiful.
I didn't pay attention.
And rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the
Here we go.
observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Really?
Really. It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough! Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
Ah, yeah, indeed. It's missing the part in the corner.
It's unbelievable how much trouble one single painting can make.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean, Detective.
I'll make it clear for you soon enough. Be patient, Mr. Wessler.
Even my patience has its limits, you know.
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud.
Fine brandy. A revolver.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Lifts the
Really?
spirits.
Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
You surprise me, Sonny.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah, are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree.
That's well put. Farewell from Fowls. Alright then.
Interesting. Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even resemble Ibn Wessler.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or Are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
I've heard that somewhere
And
else.
then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Will there be a showdown now, I wonder? Will they fight? I'm playing this blind. I'm discovering things as I go, so I don't know.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot
When he
in
does
that
that,
place.
yeah.
I can
Think
even
of Bugs
tell
Bunny.
you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not
The
worth
sound he makes.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room.
Yeah,
in the
I
Zon,
thought actually
too.
at first that they were the one and the same, but no.
Exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No. I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Eh, I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly.
Why
And
was he in
quickly.
asylum in the first
Yeah,
place
I'm really
anyway?
starting
He
to lose
sounds
my
pretty
patience.
normal to me, like he sounds like a gangster. But
We visited Albert's
beyond that,
cell and found something he
nothing
seems
special.
to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha.
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not, normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
And I bet you know a thing or two about that, don't you? Okay, interrogation time. This is it, perhaps? The climax? Uh-oh.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Gizzard. Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. Eh, I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
You wanted to wrap everyone around your dirty little fingers, didn't you? Well, not everyone. Only Natasha.
Why did you decide to take your
Or
brother's
more like
place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler. But you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately? Did you ever believe that you were Ibn Wessler? You wanted to wrap everyone around your dirty little fingers? I'm not sure which one I have to pick.
Did you ever believe that you were Ibn Wessler?
Did I ever believe? I still do. I believed it all along. Don't you get it? I am Ibn Wessler.
And also, Albert Wessler.
I see you're starting to understand.
Did you enjoy tearing out your own brother's tongue? How did it feel? So you feel you're two people at the same time even now? Does it make you happy? I don't know. This one?
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
His brother was, perhaps, but him,
do you
I don't
think
know.
So? Try me, detective.
That was your plan? Take his place and live happily ever after? What would you have done if Natasha found out? Kill her too? What made you think you can deceive Natasha? Well, he's an imposter, and this is the thing that fits the most.
That was your plan.
To the theme
Take
of
his place and live happily
imposter.
ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is...
What?
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about, spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
You're just a cheap copy, so that... What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up? You enjoyed leading everyone by the nose, didn't you? Yeah, I was wondering about the reason why he was locked up in there in the first place. That's never really been established.
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Aw, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control, and dangerous.
What does that mean, exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
When did you decide that we two have to die? Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert? I don't know, it seems like changing the subject if I pick the first one. Staying on focus to get focus points might be rather the latter.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things?
Watch out!
Albert.
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death
I'm on the right
warrant.
track, it seems.
It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
If you still had a spine, you'd put that gun to your own head. No, let's not go there.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still
I'm
so,
trying to keep things on track at
distant.
least.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this. I wouldn't count on it, but maybe he needs to
Maybe
hear
it's
it.
not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight
Yeah,
of the
okay.
sins of
It seems
two
like we're getting
souls.
close to the end,
Ibn
though.
loved her.
Just
I
saying.
admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time.
But no problem,
Ibn
of course.
idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still
I'm thinking I
did.
may already
Why?
try to start playing another game right after
If I
this.
didn't kill him,
Depending
I'd
on
come
how
down with
soon
him.
I end.
Albert
Because if there's
would
like
have died,
two
Mr.
more
Featherland.
hours, then I could
And
start
the
streaming the
threats?
next game already.
Which one of you was that? Albert?
I
or
might
Ibn?
simply be
Who
playing
wrote
something
them?
else when you get back,
And
then
which
that's
one
what I
of
mean.
you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
90%. Not perfect, but almost there. The legendary chicken police back in action, still a bit weary but untarnished. Good work. Albert is Ibn Wessler himself. The madman took his brother's place and is trying to tie up loose ends. If we don't catch him now, maybe it'll be too late. So surreal. the look in the chicken's eye. What was that? Who shot? Ah, Natasha.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly...
Wow.
The cops.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
How do they know?
They made it here fast.
Marty.
Do not look at me. I did
Olivia
not call
did.
them.
Yeah.
Olivia?
I
Don't
thought
worry,
so.
Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
A Vol that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys...
Yes, boss?
Don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed.
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Yeah, they're getting off easy.
Thanks, boss.
Too easy. I still haven't discovered... There's still one profile missing in the book. I wonder who that was. Then again, a lot of these characters, you don't really meet them all that much, so... Deborah and Tasha... Ah, the journalist, Timothy.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Oh, not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monsters.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
Timothy.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Clock off, Tim.
Hey! Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Santino, you're doing that on purpose?
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then get the fuck out of here.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those furheads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well,
That wasn't us.
Actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us, too. Believe me.
I don't know if I've ever seen Monica in daylight.
This means she's real, not just the ghost of the police station.
So, you can finally ask her out on a date.
I didn't even hear that. How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
No, I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
Damn, I wouldn't have thought it, but I'm glad the old hound's here. Our little savior. How could we ever repay her?
Ah, look what garbage the wind brought in.
Good gods, is this guy everywhere?
Our faithful chronicler.
I swear I'm gonna hang him someday. You called him here, didn't you? To witness our grand triumph, or our
Didn't do
fall.
anything.
What? No. You're paranoid, old bird.
You called
okay.
him here, didn't?
What will happen to her now?
I don't know, Marty. I
Not
have
our
no
business.
idea.
Wanna talk to her in private, boss?
No thanks, Marty.
Where is his wife now, by the way?
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am?
Goodbye, detectives.
Ah, yeah, okay. So I can talk to everyone.
And what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see no obstacles in my way.
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're lucky.
Please tell me there's gonna be a
Oh,
glorious...
it's the same description as before, actually.
Gentlemen?
Gentlemen?
We're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only
Always gentleman,
solution
this
to
guy.
this rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare. And while you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend, too.
Maybe I will, Mr. Featherland.
I certainly hope so, pal.
Look at that. The mongrel caught himself some big game.
Now he can wag his tail.
Yuck.
Oh, I couldn't help but notice now that his pants are undone. Unbuttoned.
The catch of a lifetime.
Or maybe he's too fat so he could never close it. Another theory.
You're a good boy,
Oh, no, it
Bosco.
doesn't look so fat.
Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco. Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
Do you think she was part of it?
I don't think so, Marty. She seemed entirely honest. Maybe she was the only one who was honest with us the whole time.
I still think she was working on the case somehow.
Listen,
for another
Marty,
agency or something.
Does Laura know about you and her?
That was before, Sonny. Laura and I were just getting to know each other. Olivia was only a couple of dates.
You broke her heart, didn't you?
I don't think she ever felt anything for me.
Whatever you say, pal. Marty should talk to her.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you.
For what exactly?
For trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job.
I don't know,
while
maybe
had
there's
it.
nothing
Now my
more than
employee's
that
dead,
with her.
So I don't have a job anymore.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
If there's anything at all.
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
Well, I seem to have talked to everyone. Or have I? I can't leave the place.
Thank you.
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first place, right?
Well, I won't argue about that.
Oh, wait. Is there something I didn't notice? No. I can't get inside the house.
Santino.
So, what's
okay,
your
there's
shoe
more
size
dialogue
again,
with her.
Vaughn?
Maybe I need to exhaust all
35,
options.
Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's two of you, 2 pairs will do for a start.
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything, Marty. I want shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
See you at the PD?
At the PD, Mon.
No, okay.
See you at the PD.
With her, it seems that's everything.
Just one quote, guy.
No. Yeah. Here I've exhausted all my options. Here I've exhausted all my options.
So long, guy. So long.
Okay.
Nice catch,
And that I already got.
If there's
And that I already got too. I still can't leave.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that. Oh man, I totally get you. Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway. I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. Come to Daddy, darling. It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us. Molly, my ex-wife. What do you have to do with all this? Look at all these plants. It's like nature's claiming back what's hers.
Yeah, amazing.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Wessler, can still dream something so beautiful to surround himself with. Look at all these...
Yeah, I already examined this. Oh, I didn't see this guy. He was hiding.
What about him? How the hell did he wind up here?
I don't know, but it's suspicious.
You think?
Could be.
What about him?
Okay, we already got this.
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything
Bird
from
insults.
you old fart.
I think I have an idea who hired you, Phil.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you away?
You wish, pal.
Tell us!
Anyway, it's good to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad you made it out alive. It didn't take you much.
Yeah, not much.
Anyway, it's good...
What about him?
Ah,
So
okay.
here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
The Chicken Police is back together. Wessler is dead. Natasha Katzenko went missing. Thanks to Santino, Featherland, and Martin McChicken, the Chicken Police. The following animal species were not included in this game. There's bound to be a lot. Lost shark, Sierra de Omoa streamside frog, Sumatran rhinoceros, Victorian grasslands hairless dragon, Villa Lopez pupfish. Mostly because during the development of the game, all these species have been declared extinct. Oh, according to the lowest possible scientific estimate, between 200 and 2,000 extinctions occur every year. Oh. Wow, that's a statement to hand on. Well, I've got a review to write now. Like what I played. Good job, guys. So what? This is the cat on the right that they used for the thing. Oh, they show what inspiration sources for the film posters. That's interesting. Keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. I think on one of the pictures here I can see the one who plays Olivia. Oh, the voice of Timothy. I wanted to look it up. Chris Ragland, because I was looking for it the other day.
My city is on fire. I hear a bang and my heart beat skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy tricks. Where are you, baby?
Oh, he's the voice of Ae Gaon in Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Huh. But no, I played this one with Japanese voices on, so that can't be where I heard it before. Well, his voice sounded familiar, but I guess it was just similar to something I knew then. Tim Schafer in the special thanks. Who is this guy? I know this name.
It's dead.
I know this name. He founded Double Fine Productions in July 2000.
Natasha?
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just
The designer of Grim Fandango.
About what exactly?
Gotcha.
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now. Somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you want a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass
They
cig
took
all day.
a short video
Driving me
clip.
Crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
Call me. Well, I guess he threw that away. 555-223. I wonder if you could use that in the game. 555-223. Whatever happens, happens. I'm curious now. I want to see. Well, I never saved.
Hello,
crap.
boss.
Well, yeah, I can't do this from here. Exit to the menu. Can I skip cutscenes?
Ah, crap.
What? Oh, I cut it short. What, is it just music playing? Oh, well, I guess I let my chance slip. Anyway, well, that was Chicken Police. I'm done playing this for now. I will turn off the stream. I need to wire up some different things and change some settings in OBS for the next game that I want to play. I'll be back in a few minutes. Just need to set things up, so hang in there. I'll be right back.